Okay, hello Yaladim. I'm so excited. Today is such a special day. Today is Rosh Chodesh. It's the new month, the month of Adar. Everybody say Rosh Chodesh Adar.
We know a song.
Yes, can we sing it? Misha nichnas Adar. Marbe besimcha. 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 Yay! It's a new month of Adar and we're so excited. Everyone's very busy getting ready for the holiday. That's right. Did you meet Queen Esther yet? Did you have a little with Queen Esther? And King Achashverosh, right? So we're so happy that you're spending the whole week learning all about Purim and Megillat Esther. But we know you've had no time to learn about the Parsha of the week. So today we're going to do a little bit about the Parsha of the week. The Parsha of the week is Trumah. Say Trumah. Trumah. The Parsha of the week is Trumah. It talks about building the Mishkan. The Jewish people, I will show you. The Jewish people were traveling in the desert and they were going many years and they were going towards the land of Israel. And Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu, go to the Jewish people and tell them to build a special house for Hashem. Jewish people, I'm Moshe Rabbeinu. Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. And now he's leading us to the land of Israel. And Hashem says, please build for me a Mishkan, like a small Bet HaMikdash that travels around with special vessels in it. And the Jewish people got so happy and so excited. They all came running. They said, yay, we want to build a Mishkan for Hashem. Maura's going to show you a little bit what the Mishkan looked like. The Mishkan, children, was like a big tent. And they used to bring special sacrifices to Hashem, special korbanot, and a big fire would go all the way up to Shamayim. It would show that Hashem was accepting their special korbanot. That's what the Mishkan looked like from the outside. But inside were lots of very special kelim, lots of very special vessels. The Jewish people had to bring 13 things to build the Mishkan. They had to bring lots of gold. And the Jewish people were so happy and so excited. And they said, yay, we want to bring our gold. We're so happy. Of course. And they came with plates filled with lots of different gold jewelry and gold vessels. And they had to bring their silver things. And the Jewish people said, yes, of course, we'll bring all our silver. They had to bring gold and silver and copper. And they had to bring very special skins from goat skins. They were going to see how the Mishkan, it's like a big tent. It has very special material. And the Jewish people were so happy to bring the skins from the animals. And they said, hey, I've got lots of goats. I have lots of goats. I'm so happy. I'm going to bring the goats skins for the Bet HaMikdash. And you know what? The Jewish women, actually, children, they were very smart. And they said, we know we're going to make the goat skin really special. Even while the hair of the goat is on the goat's back, we're going to sit and we're going to weave it into like a beautiful carpet, into a beautiful tapestry. And the Jewish women sat near the goats. And even though the goats used to wiggle around, the Jewish women were very smart. They knew how to keep the goats calm, and they would weave out of the goat's hair, out of the goat's skin, while it was still on the goat's back. They would weave the most beautiful materials that were used to create the tent around the Bet HaMikdash. And the Jewish people had done even more things, and they didn't mind at all. They were so excited. All the Jewish people went to their treasure houses, and they had lots of keys locking up their treasure houses. But they were happy too. They said, what? To make a house for Hashem? We're so excited. Of course, of course, of course. And they took out their keys, and they unlocked their treasure boxes, and they took out the most beautiful, beautiful jewels. They brought all kind of jewels like sapphires and rubies and emeralds and diamonds. No, Moore's one is not. It just looks big and pretty, but it's made out of glass. and they would bring it. They brought it all to the Bet HaMikdash, and Hashem was so happy. And when they brought all those materials, children, out of the gold, they built a special aron, like a special box. It was a special aron, a special box. Inside were the luchot. Remember Hashem gave us the Torah on top of our Sinai? And on top of our Sinai, I forgot to bring the picture. With the luchot. Thank you, darling. Sorry. Thank you, sorry, my throat was so dry. Okay. On top of the luchot, inside the box, Hashem, the Jewish people put the luchot, what was on top of Har Sinai, and now they didn't leave it on top of Har Sinai. They brought it down, put it inside the special aron, inside the special box, and on top of it were two beautiful angels with big wings. Make your hands like big wings. But you know what they did? The angels showed how they loved each other, that they would want to each other, they would touch like that, faces of babies, that's right. And they would find a friend and put out your wings like this and touch your friend's fingers. Like that. Find a friend, good? Good, excellent. To show how they're friends, how the Jewish people are all friends. So they made the Aaron children, and they made the beautiful menorah. You can put down your hands now. You don't need to be angels anymore. Put down your hands now. They made the menorah to go in the Bet HaMikdash that the Kohanim would light, the Kohen Gadol would light. They made a beautiful golden table called the Lechem HaPanim. It looked like a funny table. It doesn't look like our tables at home. You know why? It had lots of shelves to put 12 loaves of bread on it. It was all made out of pure gold. It was very beautiful. And they made the Mizbeach, a Mizbeach that they used to bring special incense that made a beautiful smell, and the smell made a smoke that went all the way up to Shamayim. He made lots of beautiful things for the Mishkan, and Hashem was so happy. But you know, when the Torah says to make the Mishkan, it says ve'asuli Mishkan ve'shachanti betocham, and they should make for me a Mishkan, make for me a home, a house for Hashem, and I will dwell in them. And the Lubavitcher Rebbe asks a question. He says, why does it say it should dwell? Hashem says he's going to come and live in them. It should say, Hashem should say, I will live in it. I will live in it, inside the Bet HaMikdash or inside the Mishkan. That's not what Hashem says. Hashem says, make me a Mishkan and I will live in them. I will live among them inside. You know what the Lubavitcher Rebbe says? He says that Hashem says that when we keep Torah and mitzvot and we do things that Hashem loves, Hashem comes and he lives with us, in us, close to every Jew. And thank you, darling. And so Hashem says, I love to be close to the Jewish people. And you know what? Even though today we don't have the Mishkan anymore, and even after the Jewish people went into the land of Israel, they built a more permanent house for Hashem called the Bet HaMikdash. But today, Mashiach isn't here yet, and we don't yet have the Bet HaMikdash. But you know what? Every one of us can make our house and our room into like a little Mishkan, into a little Bet HaMikdash, by keeping Torah and mitzvot, by having a tzedakah box in our room, by having a siddur in our room, and by doing hachnasat orchim, inviting our friends to come to our room and play with us. We should always say, whoever wants, you can come play in my room. You can share my toys. I'm going to tell you a story about a very special man. His name was Reb Eliezer.